There are personality traits about everyone that make you like them immediately or not like them. Today, I want to talk to you briefly about a couple of the issues that are making it difficult for Vice President Harris to connect with certain people.
Can you raise your hand if you love a yellow school bus?
This is not political in any way, shape, or form. I do not care how you vote. So this is not intended to be political in any way. It's only about body language. And if you are ready, let's get going. In the next couple minutes, I'm going to go over 4 things very quickly that tend to be a little bit of an issue with this person. 1 is the cackle. 2 is the word salad. 3 is the tone of voice and the fluctuation thereof. And 4 is the sometimes awkward eye contact. All right, number 1, this is the one that people refer to as the cackle. It's just laughter. This is something that I believe she said she got from her mother, so it's something that happens in her family. The problem isn't that she laughs. The problem is unawareness of when other people are not laughing with her. This is something that can polarize people because when you laugh and you don't see everyone else laughing with you, most people get those social cues that maybe it's not the right thing to do.
I went home one day and I said, well, why are conservatives bad, Mommy? Because I thought we were supposed to conserve things. Everything is in context. My mother she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
So the big idea here is that it's no problem that the woman laughs. The problem is when, how often, and in what inopportune times it seems to happen the most. Everyone can laugh. It makes people feel good unless it's awkward. Number 2 is word salad. This issue seems to be something that plagues her everywhere that she goes. And the reason why it happens with most people is that you're not prepared. You're not rehearsed. You don't know exactly what you're going to say because you haven't went through it. I don't know if that's the case with her, but it happens all the time when people do public speaking and they don't go through the material first. So what happens is you have a general idea of where you want to go. So you go out with confidence and you begin to speak. And then you know the issue that you want to hit, so you hit the issue, and all of a sudden you're saying it over and over again.
The significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
Now, for someone that this happens to regularly, what they need to do is simply rehearse. Go over what they're going to say, learn what not to say, and then learn when it's time to stop saying the same thing over and over again. It's a social awareness issue. Number 3 is the tone of voice. The problem is because of her up and down of her cadence and her tone, it's hard to take her seriously. When someone is laughing and cackling like we talked about a minute ago, it's very difficult to take them seriously. Now, this is not an issue where she needs to speak like a man. It is true that our brains are wired to where we hear deeper voices and we take them with more authority. But it doesn't look right, and it certainly doesn't sound right when it comes out of women when you know it's forced, like this.
Elizabeth's case, one ridiculous lie she told all the time was about her voice. Listen to the baritone that she affected nearly all the time.
This is what happens when you work to change things, and first they think you're crazy, then they fight you.
So Vice President Harris doesn't need to be lowering her voice. She just needs to maintain more equilibrium, less ups and downs, because when you go from very serious to cackling and shrieking in the same sentence, it's very difficult for people to take you seriously. And the 4th one is awkward eye contact.
Can you raise your hand if you love a yellow school bus? Right? And most of us, many of us went to school on the yellow school bus, right? And to learn.
Now, this usually is a hallmark of someone who is on the spectrum where they don't read the room correctly. They don't get the social cues, so they make extended eye contact with people, not realizing it's making them uncomfortable. I'm not saying that's the problem with her. What I am saying is likely the issue here is that she is so used to people just agreeing with her. She's used to being in a position where everyone wants her to like them, so she can say anything she wants, and if she makes eye contact, people immediately laugh or pretend what she said is very witty. And this works great when it's in your office. It doesn't work great when you are in front of people who are on your side as well as not on your side. If she can get the laughter under control to do it at the right right times and not at inopportune times, if she can practice what she's going to say before saying it and then eliminates the word salad, and if she watches the tone of her voice, that modulating up and down, as well as getting the awkward eye contact and looking at people methodically when you don't realize that they're not agreeing with you, she would be a much more successful candidate with people who aren't primarily on her team. All right, guys, that's enough body language when it comes to politicians for the day. Do me a favor. If you're still here, click on one of these other videos, and I will be back very soon in the next one. See you then.